Hello everyone, Mighty Benaya here with the Volta 100 map game. This is day 7. This is a little bit later than I normally record, so a little bit more has transpired than normal. And a couple of things that I specifically want to talk about. So when we last left off, I told you I was at war with French Algeria. Well, since then, French West Africa went AI, and for some reason, the AI decided that they did not want to fight me anymore, so they listed a ceasefire, which is something that does not happen very often, and so I wanted to record it. The AI declared a ceasefire, and I was at war with them, so I could have kept fighting with them, but I opted instead, because I am up against a coalition, to go ahead and give them right of way to start increasing the relations. So right now, even though I was at war with them, my relations is 63% with French West Africa, which is incredibly good. I also have started working with British Nigeria. We have given each other a shared map because this player, this player, this player, this player, and this player are in a coalition, and that coalition is breathing down our necks. So my goal for this has changed, and I want to talk about that a little bit. When I first start any match, my goal is to win. My goal is first place, whether that be a solo victory or a coalition victory. But that is a really lofty goal. You have about a 5.002 chance, and I'm making some numbers up, of being in first place. And the way that I come up with that is usually there's a coalition that wins 100 map, and so you are 5 nations out of 100, so that's 5%. And then every once in a while there's a single person that takes it, so I just added it on. It's not proper math, but you get the picture. You have a low chance of winning. You have a better chance of winning if you are consistent, if you're perseverant, and if you do certain things well, but not all the time is it guaranteed by any means. So my goal has changed because I don't think that me coming in first place is feasible this game, because I'm up against a coalition, because a couple of things didn't break my way, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop playing. So I've changed my goal briefly, and my goal is to knock out the Wakanda coalition, which is these nations that I showed, and to outlast them. I'm not going to join a coalition. My goal is to continue to finish the game without a coalition, but I want to, through diplomacy, through tactics, and through strategy, I want to knock out the Wakanda coalition and not join a coalition myself. So what I have done to accomplish that is I've reached out to Enlightened One. We're working together. We have a solid defense. I've got an AI blocking them so they can't come to me except through the coalition. I do have this territory still, and I have built a second level fort. It is damaged, but it is repairing now. They cannot see what I have in there. And I am building armored cars to help defend it, in addition to hoping to get some troops regenerated in there. I originally had 7. He attacked. It didn't go well for him, but I didn't have enough troops to go out and attack him either. I mean, he now has a fort here and a cavalry and an infantry. So theoretically, if I had enough troops, I would try to take that, but I don't have enough troops to do that at this time. So what I am instead doing is I am building up, I'm fortifying, I'm going to build factories tomorrow. In fact, let me go ahead and queue. It is already queued up there. So a factory is queued up. And my goal is to push first French Algeria and then all the way through. I also reached out to Germany. Germany is the leader of a different coalition. It's Germany and Poland and I can't remember if France is in there or not, but it's a European coalition. And I said, hey, I am dealing with this coalition in Northern Africa. They are coming after me, and it's 1v5. It's not technically 1v5 because I'm only at war with one of them. However, it won't be long, I'm sure, until Libya and Egypt also declare war. And they are backed up because they don't have to guard their other border. So it's really more like a 3v1, but I am facing the resources of 5 nations. And it's not going to be something that I can pull through on my own. So what I told them is, if they knock me out, then they knock me out. I'm reaching out to you because you're going to have to face them eventually. And it's better for you to face them now while they're distracted than it is later on when they can focus you out. And Germany said, you know what, that's a decent point. Let me get some things lined out. And we will look at what it would take to come south. He didn't make any commitments to me, but he said, go ahead and reach out to this other coalition that is over here in the east, over in Russia. So Fondiak is one of the members of Wakanda. And this coalition over here, which is Russian Kazakhstan and Communist Russia, and there's a couple of others that might have gone AI. I reached out to them because Germany suggested that I do so. And they said, you know, I don't really know if that's aligning with our goals, but we'll consider it. So it could be, and this is best case scenario, but it could be that I have, with diplomacy, turned let's say a 3v1 into a 12v5 in the opposite direction. It's not going to happen immediately, but it is something that you can work on. Diplomacy is incredibly important in this game. It's important to establish relationships early that you can trust, which is part of the reason that solo games are so hard, because you can't rely on coalitions, and you never know when somebody is going to backstab you, and they never know if you're going to backstab them. And so that's one of the reasons that solo games are more challenging. I do also want to say, just briefly while I'm thinking about it, I don't do solo games because I think that I'm just this amazing individual who can get them all done. I play solo games because they are the most challenging, and the way that you get better is you challenge yourself. So I'm playing these solo games because I want to lose. I don't want to lose, but I want to find learnings, to find better ways of doing things, so that I can do better as a team player in the tournament games or in these invitational games. There's an invitational game that I am recording right now, and having learnings for those is important. And so that's why I challenge myself in these 100 maps. Let's briefly look over and see how Benjigun is doing. Benjigun is getting swallowed up by Chinese Tibet. And unfortunately, it looks like Chinese Tibet is going to prevail in the long run because they have a lot of territories. So I encourage Benjigun, I encourage you not to give up, but it is looking real rough for you, buddy, especially since there's not really anyone around. Unlike my situation, where there are other coalitions around that you can entice to fight your enemy, my enemy being my friend. I'm not seeing that in your area. I know that I'm pretty sure Pakistan is allied, and I'm pretty sure Chinese Empire, like his neighbors are, they're all AI. So even if there's a bubble of AI around you, so even if somebody wanted to take him over, they have to go through an entire AI to do it. So yeah, I'm sorry to say it, Benjigun, but I'm thinking you're going to have a rough time. But keep building those forts. You've got a level 3.5 here. You've got almost a level 3 here. So let me know if you need resources. I can't bail you out, but I'm happy to trade with you. It looks like you are a little bit short on food. So let me know what you need. Zooming over to Canada. Canada is continuing to pick on AIs around them, and they are continuing to move south. It looks like the Confederate States of America might have a difficult time. I don't believe that they are allied. Let's look briefly at the rankings. If you will forgive my slow internet. Okay, Axis powers, France is part of, Greece is part of, Germany is part of. So this is the one that I reached out to. African Union is south of me. United Americas, Justin is a part of. So the Frozen North is working to unite with his ally. And then Wakanda has gone down in power significantly. They were second, I believe, for a while. But they have reduced in power. But Roki, 37 points. That is who I'm facing, along with Marshmallow. So the two that I am not facing at all are midway point and bottom of the barrel as far as points go, which is not a 100% guarantee on what their capabilities are, but it's a good gauge so that you can get an idea what their morale is like, what kind of buildings they have, what their infrastructure is, etc. That is all that I have for now. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Soli Deo Gloria, and I'll see you next time.